What's up, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Two Right Rows. If you already know me from Instagram, you're probably excited to see my settings, which I know some of you guys are wanting my settings, but it's okay, I'll show it to you guys eventually. But if you clicked on this video, you are a beginners and you just download After Effects and you don't know what the hell to do with it. And it's okay, I know it looks complicated, but I promise you it's not that complicated, and we're only going through the basics that you need to know. So you know what some buttons do. So before we do that, I'm gonna put my socials right here. You already know what to do. On Instagram, right here, and my TikTok. And of course, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and comment when you're done watching this video, recommendations of what you guys want to see, and if I did well. Alright, so let's get started. So now that you first entered After Effects, you're gonna be greeted with this incredible layout. So first things first, I'm going to explain this side. Once again, I think I set this standard. You're gonna put it on standard, and you're going to have this. You can, see the info when you put something. It will tell you the color of it. This will show you like the recent things you've done. You can press this when you're previewing a clip or the whole comp, and this is your entire effects and presets, which you just press, and then and you could just search up here. This down here is the timeline, which you'll be using for everything, layering things and making the transitions. This is the big boy right here. This is where you put all your clips, files, stuff like that, and every time you make a composition of something, it will be automatically put here. This is the preview area and the composition. This up here isn't really as important for now as a beginner. You don't really need to be using this. I think the only thing you would use here is maybe the pan, and if you want to do masking or text, masking would be this one, the pen tool, and the text will be here. But for now, you shouldn't be worrying too much about this. These are for like the pros, and you should be good. So the first things first is you want to import a file. You can easily import by going to files, import, and automatically go to your files and look for them, or you can simply just cap the file up here and just drag the clip here, and bam, it will automatically be put here and be here. There are two ways to make a composition. The first one is simply pressing the new composition button and automatically putting the settings you want for the edit. So this is the duration of it. The resolution is how you're gonna see it. I recommend, if you have not the best computer, you should put it on third or quarter. If you have a really decent computer, I still recommend not full, because you don't want the render time to be too long. The frame rate, if you're doing Instagram, 29 is the best one, and you can set this as many you want. There's already pre-filled. Usually this one right here, the widescreen 29 is the best one to do. So I'm going to do that one, and it will automatically do everything for you, and we're going to put 5 seconds for this. You can name the composition whatever you want. I'm just going to name it test edit for now. And bam! You have your composition, and now the timeline. This green thing is the render of your clip. It means every time you do something, it will have to render it for the preview, and sometimes it takes a while. It depends what effects you put, it depends what your resolution is, and it also depends on how you want to see it. Now, you're gonna put a clip down. Bam! And you have a clip. First thing I do is I turn off the audio of the clip, since I will not be needing that. And you want to make sure this is on, because if this isn't on, that means you can't see the clip. You can always do this when you have like a layer on layer and you want to see what's below it, or you can just press this and this will make the clip the only thing you see out of this entire thing, no matter how layers you have. If you're syncing up music, you can easily just listen to it, and let's say you heard a beat and you're like, I want to put a clip on it. Usually some people do is, let's pretend this is an audio clip. Some people cut it and match it up to the beat. I usually do this, but this covers up the entire thing and it's so much. So usually I do shift and then any number. For the first beat, I always do shift 1 or wherever I believe I want to start. And let's say a second beat was right here, I would put shift 2. So now you got that. Let's pretend this is the first beat and we want a clip of it. So let's say this is the intro and you want the first clip with this one. So instead of literally dragging the entire clip to find a clip, which unfortunately this is like a clip I do want to use, so if you do find a clip that you want to use like straight away, you can press Control Shift D, and that will automatically cut the clip, and you can just delete the previous one. Now if you press 2, it'll automatically go to the 2 marker, and we're gonna cut this to make it that. So as like I said, instead of dragging the entire clip of the episode, you can just double press it with the left click, and you can now drag the entire episode and search for what you're looking for. And you're gonna do the same thing, Control Shift D, and it will cut the clip. So make sure to get out the layer and go back to the composition up here, and just go back to the timeline. You're gonna delete this one on the bottom because you deleted that, you cut that out, and then for this one you press the bracket next to P on your keyboard, and it'll automatically bring the start of the clip to your little pointer thing. So now that you have that set up, you can now make a composition of these clips so you can put them in place. So to make a composition, you can either right click on the clip, go to pre-compose, and make sure it is on move all attributes, and make sure this has a check. Or you can press Control Shift C, which is the fastest way, and you can keep it the name or just name it whatever you want. So bam, now you have that, and now you can do transitions. So first thing you're gonna do is you're going to make sure motion blur is on both your clips by enabling it here, and then putting it on both your clips. And you're going to search up motion tile. This is the mirror that you put, like if you had Video Star, this is pretty much the mirror effect. And you can have it the mirror effect if you want, or you can have it like this. It's your choice. It really depends on really how your style is, but we're gonna do mirror just to show. So now you can add transitions. I'm not gonna go into details on the transitions, that'll be in another video, but this is how I do it. So what I do is I go on the clip, you can right click, go to new, and you can press null object and line it up with the clip. I just use Control Shift, not T, Control Shift Y, and it automatically makes it for me. But like again, you can just go on the side here and make a new and no, until you get used to the keybinds and everything. I always make 2, so duplicating these by Control D and pairing it up. So I use the parent whip, and I just use null, and then whatever I do to this null, it automatically goes and does anything on the clip. That is what I use for transitions, and I will be explaining more on that on a different video, but this is pretty much the basics of After Effects. But yeah, that is literally the basics of After Effects just for now. This is just to make sure you don't feel overwhelmed if you are a phone editor, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys, I'm surprised anyone watched this fully. I'm glad you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time, and have fun.